Hi, I'm Bob. From today, we'll discuss the topics of consumer theory and behavior in the market. Consumers make decisions based on budget constraints and their preferences. We will start with the budget constraint today. Suppose the consumer chooses between two goods. A budget constraint shows the various combinations of goods that the consumer can buy given her income and the prices of the goods. A budget line is an illustration of all those possible consumption choices. We put the quantity of one good on the y-axis and the quantity of the other good on the x-axis. Notice that in the graph, we have the quantities of the two different goods on the axis. It is not like the supply and demand diagram, where we have the price on the y-axis and the quantity on the x-axis. Now the consumer chooses between two goods. We draw a line to represent the budget constraint. Our example shows the combinations of instant noodles and ice cream cones the consumer can buy. Suppose the consumer income is $100 per day. The price of instant noodles is $5 per bowl, and the price of ice cream is $2 per cone. Each point on the budget line shows the bundle of the goods the consumer can afford. Let's check some of the combinations of the two goods. At point A, the consumer spends all her income on instant noodles, and she can buy 20 bowls per day. At point B, she purchases no instant noodles and consumes 50 ice cream cones per day. At point C, she spends $50 on ice cream and buys 25 cones, and spends the remaining $50 on instant noodles and buys 10 bowls. These are only 3 of the many combinations of ice cream and instant noodles that the consumer can choose. All the points on the line from A to B are possible. This line is called the budget constraint. It shows the consumption bundles that the consumer can afford, given the consumer's income and the prices of goods. Recall that one of the principles of economics states that people face trade-offs. In our example, the budget constraint shows the trade-off between ice cream and instant noodles that the consumer faces. The slope of the budget constraint measures the rate at which the consumer can trade one good for the other. It is negative. In our example, the slope is 2.5 in absolute values, which is equal to the rise over run, that is 50 divided by 20. The slope of 2.5 implies that for one more bowl of instant noodles, the consumer must give up 2.5 cones of ice cream. Economists call the slope of the budget line the marginal rate of transformation, MRT. It is the trade-off the market imposes on the consumer in terms of the amount of one good the consumer must give up to obtain more of the other good. In our case, the marginal rate of transformation for instant noodles in terms of ice cream is 2.5 cones for one more bowl. Economists also call the slope the relative price. It is the opportunity cost of getting one good in terms of the other good. The opportunity cost of getting one more bowl of instant noodles is to give up 2.5 ice cream cones. So the relative price of instant noodles is 2.5 ice cream cones per bowl of noodles. Here we measure the relative price of noodles in terms of ice cream. We have learned the budget constraint. On each point of the budget line, the consumer spends all her income. All the combinations of goods in the area underneath the budget line are affordable because the consumer's income is not fully used. The consumer has some budget left over. The points above the budget line are unaffordable. For example, the consumer cannot buy 25 ice cream cones and 20 bowls of instant noodles per day. Given that her income is $100 per day, the price of instant noodles is $5 per bowl and the price of ice cream is $2 per cone. The budget line contains the information on the consumer's income and the prices of the two goods. Economists often write the budget constraint in the function form. According to the budget constraint's definition, the sum of the expenditures on the two goods equals the income. P1 times Q1 plus P2 times Q2 equals Y. In our case, the budget constraint function is 5 times the quantity of instant noodles plus 2 times the quantity of ice cream is equal to 100. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. See you next time.